Alicia here. I know it has been a minute. People are asking me, where is the morning cup, Alicia? We are going through some very challenging times. And yes, we are. I want to remind you that you are talented and you are gifted and you are worthy and you are enough and you are up to the task. I have been super busy helping organizations champion anti-racism in their companies. Organizations need now more than ever, we need CEOs who are champions of racial equity. However, being a CEO or a leader does not make one competent to address racism, and equity. And it is so easy to conflate racism as diversity and inclusion. This is an exciting, sometimes overwhelming, but hopeful time to be in this space. I've been doing this work for over 25 years. And here are just some observations as I work with organizations and facilitate these courageous conversations. Organizations, when you broach the subject, Black, brown, indigenous people, those affected by racism, will expect change. Yes, everything starts with conversation, but assess your willingness to address systemic racism. To address systemic racism, one has to be willing to first apologize. Black, brown, and indigenous people see the lack of representations in their organization. I worked in corporate for many, many years, and there were many, many times when I was the only person of color in the room. So people have that experience. They have their own experience in your organization and in the world. So leading a conversation without first admitting and apologizing for the current impact, it's like asking the battered partner to forgive and move forward with no admission of what has transpired. And it can be simple. It can be as simple as this. I'm sorry, I didn't take the time to learn about this before. I was self-centered, but I'm here now, and I'm willing to change. For many other organizations, taking first steps, and many times those first steps are listening to the experiences of Black people and other people in your organization, that is a good place to start. Listening, because silence does nothing to break the status quo. Silence actually perpetuates racism. We are building a plane that has already taken off. You don't have to do this perfectly. You just have to be real. Be brave. Be committed to action after gathering the data, because these listening conversations serve several purposes. For one, to get to know your people below the surface. What are their experiences? What are their perspectives about what's going on? And what would they like to see? You're gathering data. You're getting to know your people. You get to work on authenticity, listening, curiosity, empathy, and courage. These are competencies that you get to hone in this work. And not only will you need it here, you'll need it in other areas of your life. Secondly, I grew up with an expression that charity begins at home and then it's spread abroad. Commit to addressing race and racial inequities within your organization first. Then move on to help maybe create economic opportunities for Black people. Systemic racism has done what it was designed to do. African Americans' incomes are approximately 60% of white incomes. Black wealth is approximately 10% of white wealth. Your organization may decide to help improve educational opportunities for Black people, whether that be donating to historically Black colleges, supporting grade school, middle schools, high schools. The schools in Black, poor areas are underfunded and they have the least resources. So you may want to partner with the schools. Help teachers make their classrooms more inclusive. There's a lot of opportunities around education. Your organization may choose to partner with social justice organizations like Movement for Black Lives, Color of Change, NAACP Defense Fund, Race Forward, Black Lives Matter. There are a lot of organizations doing some phenomenal work, and they're all underfunded. So stay encouraged, be brave, and lead your business to become truly inclusive and equitable. You will see the difference in the quality of your relationships, in the productivity of your people, and in the ability for you to serve an increasingly diverse global customer base. Let's together create a world that we are proud to hand to our children.